The reason for these training videos is to introduce the proper procedures to follow the SCT procedures. Step by step, we will walk you through the proper sampling, reduce samples to testing size, and how to properly test and report. The idea is everyone will follow the same steps and procedures to complete these tests.
In this test, SCT-83, determining the maximum specific gravity, or also known as RICE, you'll need this equipment. Gloves, a bowl in which your sample is located, 2 pans or wax paper for your mix to go on, and also 2 bowls. It's very important to know the overall and underwater weight of these bowls, so you'll also need a scale.
For this test, you will need an electric balance. You will also need a suspension cord from the bottom of the scale into the water bath. This bath must be at a constant temperature of 77 degrees, plus or minus 1.8 degrees through the entire bath. Also, you'll need a method for continuous circulation in the water bath. The sample size that you'll be testing is based on the nominal maximum aggregate size. Before the test, please decide which metal container you wish to use. Once you've figured this out, you will then place a bowl on the scale and get the dry weight of the bowl. Next, you will then place the bowl in a 77 plus or minus 1.8 degree water. You will then let it stay there for 10 minutes. Once this is completed, you will then record the number of the weight down. Once these steps are completed, you will then begin the test. For the first part, you'll want to get the sample based on the sample weight calculated before. You'll want to make sure the particles are broken down to 1/4 inch pieces. It may help to heat up the mix if it's too cold to work with at first. Once the mix is cooled down to a temperature in which it can be worked with using your hands, you will then place the mix in the first metal container. Then you will take the weight down. You will also do this for the second bowl. You will then introduce water to the mix in the bowls. It's important that the water being introduced is also at the temperature of 77 plus or minus 1.8 degrees. The metal container must have a capacity of at least 1,000 milliliters. The container must have a cover fitted with a rubber gasket and hose connection. The hose shall be covered with a small piece of 200 wire mesh to minimize the possibility of losing fine material. The assembly should have a calibrated gauge on pump. You will then place the metal container in the area to be vacuumed. To help with the release of air trapped, a suitable wetting agent may be used to reduce any floating material. An airtight lid will be placed on them. They will be there for 15 minutes, plus or minus 2. You or your machine should be shaking the mix every 2 minutes. Once this is completed, the mix will be suspended for 10 minutes, plus or minus 1 minute. When you're introducing the mix to the water, make sure you slowly put the bowl in. This will conclude the physical part of the test. Next, you will take the numbers down and record them to calculate the maximum specific gravity of the mix.